Hey guys, my name is Kasim. I'm a 21-year-old entrepreneur, and in this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about how listening to God is going to make me a billionaire by the time I turn 30. Now, what I'm going to go through in this video quite literally changed my life forever when I realized it. And to give you some context on my journey, if you haven't heard of me before, I got started in my entrepreneurial journey and with my first business when I was 17. So when I turned 17, I realized pretty much like all of you, I'm sure did too, that I need to take control of my life. I need to do something about my life because the 9 to 5 path, going to university, is never going to actually get me to where I want to be. And where I want to be mainly is living my dream life, is retiring my parents, is saving my family for the next few generations of financial struggle and creating generational wealth. And that's when I got started when I was 17. And by the time I turned 18, on my 18th birthday, I had my first online business that was making well over 10k per month profit. And I moved to Dubai I come from Scotland. I moved from the UK, Scotland to Dubai when I turned 18 all by myself. And ever since then, I've pretty much lived my dream life. I've skipped university, I traveled the world, I built businesses up to over 50k, almost 100k per month. I've done everything I dreamt of doing. My parents don't work anymore. I bought my parents their dream car, which was a Tesla. I've lived, like I said, in Dubai, lived in Bali, I've traveled the world. And looking back, there's been one key factor that unknowingly back then was the reason as to why I was actually able to do all of this. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about in this video today. That is the realization I came to that I was doing all along, but when I became truly aware of that I was doing it and I then kind of like used that as a superpower, it's completely transformed the way I live my life, the way I make decisions, and especially the way kind of my ambition, how far I see myself going. And that is why I may sound egotistical, but I know for a fact I will be a billionaire. And the realization that I came to is that, I mean, despite your religion or what your religious background may be, what you prescribe to in that way, what you subscribe to in that way, the realization that I came to is that God speaks to us. God speaks to us through our thoughts, our ideas, our visions, what we feel called to be doing, what kind of the gut instincts that we have, what we know is right for us. And luckily, I've been, ever since day one of me kind of being 17, having my first few ideas of doing whatever I knew that I was capable of, I've always actually been lucky enough to listen to God rather than listen to His creation, which is people, society, your parents even. I was lucky enough since day one when I had that first idea when I was 17 and I wanted to build my first business, and I knew that, okay, 9 to 5 life, what my parents want me to do, what society wants me to do, what my teachers want me to do is not what I know is right for me. So I know what I know is right for me is taking control of my own life, is starting my own business, is making my own money, is doing whatever I feel is right. Ever since that first idea, and like I said, God speaks to you, one of the ways is through your ideas and through what you feel like you really want to do. When I had that first idea, even though I had everyone around me, aka God's creations around me, people, my parents even, as it was that deep, my parents, my family, my friends, everyone pretty much that I had around me, they were all telling me to not do it. But the decision that I made back then, and it's a decision that I've been making ever since about every aspect of my life pretty much, especially to do with what I know is right for me, has always been to, rather than listening to people, I listen to God instead. And like I said, by listening to God, what I'm really listening to is the way that what I truly know is right inside of me, what I truly feel like is what is right for me, my ideas, the vision that I know I have inside of me, even dreams, the dreams you may have, the dreams that I've had, I've listened to them more than I have people. And because of that, I've been able to live my dream life. Everything that I pretty much wanted in life has come true up until this point. And now I know that everything that I'm envisioning now, the feelings that I have of where I'm going to be in 5, 10, 15 years, or the things I'm going to be able to do in the world and the points I'm going to be at in life, everything, because I'm aware of this, I now know for a fact that it's literally God telling me that you're capable of this. This is for you. If you want it, obviously this is not to say that anything that you think of you can have by not doing anything. What I'm saying here is that you need to listen to whatever ideas or visions or thoughts or dreams you have, or gut instincts that you have. Realize, have the perspective shift, to realize that regardless of what religion you prescribe to, you could call it whatever you want. You could call it God, you could call it your higher self, you could call it the universe, you could call it whatever, but just change your perspective to realize that those things I just talked about, your dreams, your visions, your thoughts, your ideas, all those things, that is almost the universe, God telling you, you are capable of this. This is meant for you. This is part of your plan. And if you want it, you can take it. But the mistake that everyone makes in the world, which is why everyone in the world is, just has jobs, lives a 9-to-5 life, isn't really happy with their life, doesn't feel fulfilled, always wants more. The reason that is because as a society, we are trained, almost programmed, to listen to God's creation versus listening to God ourselves. We don't actually realize, we're never told, we're never taught that all these things that I just talked about, the ideas, the visions you may have, the dreams you may have, what you want for your life, what you truly want for your life, you're just taught to listen to whoever's there next to you, whatever your environment is, be it your parents, your teachers, your friends, whatever it is. And if they say no, if they don't agree, if they don't push you to also think that what you are thinking about, what you're dreaming about is what you should have, then yeah, just it's fine. Maybe I shouldn't believe in it. Maybe I shouldn't believe that I'm capable of the stuff. Maybe I should just listen to whatever these people are telling me. So this has been something that's been reoccurring in my life, and pretty much with every aspect of my life, especially obviously the most transformational one has been to do with the fact that, obviously the first one was that I can start my own business, that I can get paid 10K a month, that I can make that kind of money, that I can do whatever I want to be doing. That first thought, that idea that I wanted to the idea of my life, that I wanted to create my own life, that I didn't want to prescribe to whatever society was telling me to do or whatever my parents thought was best for me. When I knew deep inside of me that this is how I wanted to live my life, this is what I know is right for me, the 9-to-5 life, university, all that kind of stuff, it's going to make me feel really sad. It's going to pretty much destroy me. It's not for me. When I had that thought, I was able to make that decision then and there. I could have easily decided. Everyone was against me. My parents almost hated me for the idea of me not wanting to go to university, of me wanting to do my own thing. My friends all said to me I was an idiot. They bullied me for it. My family all said that it was stupid. Don't focus on your studies. I had that choice there, then and there, that everyone has. You have it, and I know you do, to decide then and there. Do you want to believe in yourself? Which is pretty much, it's crazy to think about, but pretty much believing in yourself is believing in God. It's literally that's how crazy it is. Believing in whatever you think is right for you is believing in God, and believing in what everybody else thinks is right for you is believing in God's creation. That's how you have to think about life and how you make your life decisions. That is how deep it goes. And when you think about life this way, when you have this perspective, it's almost impossible from then onwards to listen to somebody else who is, for example, let's say it is your parents, for example. I know that the majority of the situations that you're going through will be very, very similar to me. So let's take it back to that same example that I went through. Let's say it is that you don't want to have a job. That's not going to set your family free. That's not going to retire your parents. That's not going to give you your dream life and create generational wealth for your family, their kids and their kids and their kids. You know that you want to get on this path, but everyone around you, your parents, society, teachers, the average person, your friends, everyone is telling you no, pretty much. They're all telling you, stick to the comfortable path of life. Don't take risks. You now that you have this perspective, and I want you to all adopt this perspective, that if you are having these ideas, God is quite literally saying to you in that moment, you are capable of this. He has gifted you this opportunity to realize and to believe this truth, that whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're dreaming about, whatever ideas you have, you are capable of making this reality. And you are now capable of now making the decision of having the perspective where, okay, do I actually want to listen to God and believe that, and kind of just believe in what He's telling me? Or do I want to believe in what His creation is telling me? Do I want to be realistic? That makes sense? So that is the ever since I've done this unknowingly. I know, alhamdulillah, I've done this unknowingly ever since the start. I've always decided to choose what God has been telling me to do, and chosen to not listen to society, chosen to not listen to His creation, which is people. But when now I realize that this is actually the truth, I can now harness this power. So everything that I dream about, every idea that I have, I can now think about it the same way. Okay, do I want to listen to God and listen to Him telling me that I'm capable of this, or do I just want to listen to people and what they're telling me I'm capable of? And obviously, every single time, if you think about it that way, it's impossible to listen to people. You always listen to God. And I promise you, if you listen to God every single time, which is listening to yourself in a way, and you believe in yourself, then that is when you can live a life that you can't even dream. You keep every dream you have, every thought, every idea you have of every aspect of your life, and I literally mean every aspect of your life, everything, literally anything that you think about to do with how you can live your life, what your life can be, what situation you can be in, what you can do in the world. If you're thinking about it, it's possible. So the decision you have now is: do you actually want to believe that it's possible? Do you want to believe in what God's telling you, or do you just want to stay comfortable, be a bit of a loser, and just think, nah, that's just it's a nice thought, it's a nice idea, but I can never be, I should be able to do it. That's the decision you have right now. And there's a question as well that people will ask. People have asked me when I tell them this, which is, so obviously, you have bad ideas, you have bad thoughts, you have things that you is not right for you. So if let's say for example, if I want to get high and smoke weed, if I have that thought, is that God telling me that I should do it? Of course not. There's a difference between what God is telling you to do and what the devil is telling you to do. Or you could frame it as well, if religion isn't your thing, you could say what your lower self is telling you to do. There's a difference between your higher self and your lower self. You can frame it whatever way you want to frame, whatever makes it powerful for you. So obviously, the difference to make here between knowing what God is telling you versus knowing what the devil is telling you is what God is telling you, is right for you. Is going to make you a better person. It's going to make you happier, going to make you more fulfilled long term, not just in the short term. But what the devil is telling you to do when you have those thoughts in your mind is things that isn't going to benefit you long term, isn't actually right for you. It's just going to give you that short bit of dopamine that you really want. It's just going to make you happy in the short term. It's just going to make you, just give you that burst of happiness in the short term and not lead to any long term happiness or long term fulfillment for you. So that is the key differentiation to make between, how do I know when it's God speaking to me or when it's the devil speaking to me? How do I make that decision? And you will know. You know when you are having those whispers in your mind of, maybe you should go drink, maybe you should go party, maybe you should go, live a hedonistic lifestyle, maybe you should go this and that. That's the devil speaking to you, and you can easily spot when it's God speaking to you, because when you think of those thoughts, you think, wow, imagine that was my life. And when you have those thoughts, you feel excited, you feel fulfilled almost at the thought of even having that in your life, or the thought of even being able to do that, whatever it may be. And there's one really powerful realization that I came to, which is, to give you some context as well, I've never really had a mentor or a teacher or someone that really has helped me through life. But then I remember one night I had this realization where I've actually always had a mentor, and all of us have the greatest mentor we could ever ask for, and it's God. God is the greatest mentor we could ask for, because a true mentor, what the true meaning of mentor is that he doesn't just tell you things. He teaches you things through experience. He almost guides you through your journey. And there's no one better that does that for you than God. So obviously then you think, how does he teach me? How is God my mentor? Because God teaches you how to live life and what is right for you and how to be the best version of yourself through what you experience. He allows you to experience things, albeit majority of the time it may be a calamity, it may be a problem, may be negative, maybe you making mistakes, maybe a stressful situation. But through all of these things, if you have the mindset and the mental model of what is God trying to teach me here, what lesson is he trying to bestow upon me here, how is he trying to make me a better version of myself here, through anything you go through, if you have that mindset, every single thing you go through in life, no matter how negative you may think it is, if you have this mental model, if you think of your life in this way, then everything is a lesson. And these lessons are the most invaluable lessons. The reason is because it's not just someone telling you it, it's you actually experiencing the lesson. And as you're experiencing it, of course, the emotions, you're attaching the emotions and the feelings you have as you're experiencing these things. And there's a formula for life where your emotions create your feelings and your feelings create your actions. And there's no more powerful way of changing the way you act than changing the way you feel. And there's no more powerful way of changing the way you feel than experiencing something that creates new emotions. That makes sense? So this can be with anything in life, right? So any problem you go through, you just think, no matter how bad it is, even if it is something as traumatic and bad as your parent passing away, your father passing away, there is a lesson. There is something that God is trying to show you, trying to teach you. There is something that you are meant to now adopt, whatever it may be in any aspect of life. That if you adopt that, you will then level up and level up and level up when it comes to being a better and better version of yourself. And if you just keep doing that, that is how you truly become the best version of yourself in all aspects of life. So guys, I hope that all made sense, and I hope that has now allowed you to think about all the dreams and the ideas and the thoughts and the visions and the gut feelings that you have in life. You now think, wow, this is actually God telling me that I'm capable of this, so let me listen to him. You know what? Fuck listening to God's creation. If God himself is telling me that I can start a business, that I can make 100K a month, that I can create generational wealth, that I can retire my parents, that I can do whatever else it may be, then I'm capable of it. I believe in myself. So from now on, think of life that way. Think of everything you think about that way. And inshallah, you'll believe in yourself so much that you will find a way to make it happen. So yeah, I wish that for all of you. I pray for all of you. I hope that every thought, idea, vision, dream you have from now on, you see it in this way. You realize that this is God himself telling you, for example, Qasim, you are capable of doing this. You are capable of retiring your parents. You are capable of being a billionaire. You are capable of changing the world. And then from there, it's just up to you to make it happen. That's all it is. You now have the belief, you have the will, and you will create the way to make it happen. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found that valuable. If you have any questions about anything in life, business, whatever it may be, if you want to know what I do, go ahead and please do watch other videos on my channel. I'm going to be posting loads of videos every single week. And also do connect with me on Instagram. It's at Qasim Akram. I'll put it up on screen right now. Go ahead and connect with me there. Send me a DM. Tell me you came from this video. And I'll help you in every way that I can. So guys, much love, and I'll see you in the next video.